Hi there. So this is a brief refresher on notice and note, which is a close reading strategy. Often when students read a text and are asked to annotate, they will ask, well, what should I annotate? These signposts are a great place to start. So let's dig in. Authors use these signposts in their stories to help readers identify various elements like characters, conflicts, and themes. These signs can help guide you along the path to understanding as you read fiction. So when you notice them, please stop and take note. The first signpost is memory moment. So when you're reading, the author interrupts the action to tell you a memory or to give you a flashback. And you should ask yourself, why might this memory be important? The answers will tell you about the theme, conflict, or they might foreshadow what will happen later on in the story. Next, we have contrasts and contradictions. When you are reading and a character says or does something that's the opposite, so it contradicts what he or she has been saying or doing all along, readers should stop and ask themselves, why is the character doing that? Again, the answers can help you make a prediction or make an inference about the plot and the conflict. Next, we have an aha moment. This is when readers are reading and suddenly a character realizes, understands, or finally figures something out. They have an epiphany. So readers need to stop and ask themselves, how might this change things? If a character figured out a problem, you probably just learned something about the conflict. If the character understood a life lesson, you probably just learned the theme. Then we have words of the wiser. So when you're reading and a character who is probably older and wiser takes the main character aside and gives serious advice, you should stop and ask yourself, what is the life lesson and how might it affect the character? Whatever the lesson is, you found a direct theme for the story. We have next, tough question. So this happens when we're reading and the character asks themselves a really difficult question. They could even ask another character this question. And you should ask yourself, what does this question make me wonder about? The answer will tell you the conflict, and usually this is primarily an internal conflict and might give you ideas about what will happen later on in the story. Finally, we have again and again. When you're reading and you notice a word, a phrase, an object, or situation mentioned over and over, you should stop and ask yourself, why does this keep showing up again and again? And the answer will tell you about the theme and conflict, or they might foreshadow what will happen later. So these are good signposts to begin with as you are reading, and if you are unsure about what to look for, it's a good starting point. Whenever you're annotating, please remember that you are highlighting and you are writing something next to it. So answering the questions that I gave you for a memory moment. Why is this happening? How might this change the direction of the plot? How might this change the characters' actions? Why is this important? Answering that is annotation. So you're noticing it, you're highlighting it, and you're writing something next to it. Good luck.